welcome to another episode of The Betting Window on the Nerd Report Network. I am your host, Evan Ronnie, trying to do this for a second fucking time, and with me as always,
the other jerk off that shows up here every week.
Yeah,
Captain Cock himself, Reinar the Hooligan, and tonight you get treated to Stupid in Stereo.
In space. Because God forbid we got to talk about the quest for more Soto money, but...
Yeah, but I'm kind of teetering on 5 stars or 1 star.
You know, I know you've just been waiting for it. You're as happy as a pig in shit.
Well, the Yankees...
You're as happy as a pig in shit.
Listen. Yes. But on the same hand, too, so are the Yankees. They finally got their ace.
Kristen's not here.
Yet. And when he gets here, we will talk about Max Fried signing with the Yankees.
Yes.
And we will talk about Juan Soto signing with the Metropolitans.
Yay.
We will talk about Arenado possibly being a New York Yankee. That and much, much more. And some news in NFL, college football, as well as the NHL and NBA. But with that being said, listen, they're going to hear the voice coming out. I ain't turning the fucking mic off or the camera off after all the shit we just went through. So, Joanna, get the fuck in here, because you have to read shit for Fanatics, and I don't give a flying fuck who knows what Joanna is. But listen, darling, I understand that, but you have to be so rude about it. Shut the fuck up, Joanna. You're fucking rude you're batshit crazy on its own right. It's like Raider Dave over here trying to fucking find his ball sack when the Raiders are buried underneath
She might be a stupid whore, but you don't get to talk to her like that.
I get to talk to her whatever she is, because she's not real. Oh, God. But yes, the major...
Bonus.
What was that?
That you're going to be talking like that and get some feminazi group on us.
Oh, listen here, darling. I have to see outside every fucking day these picketers at an abortion clinic, because God forbid OBGYN also gets rid of babies. And there's about 4 or 5 women and 1 man, because you know he's the beta male, holding up a sign saying women are pregnant. Well, no shit.
No shit.
How do you think they got pregnant?
The stork.
It's a gift from God. Shut the fuck up, Joanna.
Except for Joanna, she was a gift from Satan.
Yes. God forbid. God forbid. But yet, with that being said, Joanna, would you like to, God forbid, treat us to the sponsor of the Major League Baseball portion of the show? Why, yes, darling. It's by Fanatics. Show your team spirit when it comes to with Fanatics. They've got everything they need to rep your favorite team. Jerseys, hats, collectibles, and all the apparel. The latest trends and styles and the hottest, oh God, so the fucking hot of trends. Oh God, Joanna, why? No one needs to know anything about Sticky or Situation, because God forbid everyone just saw the latest photo of Sable and they all thought of you.
Oh man, that was rough.
What I just said, or the photo of Sable?
Oh, the photo of Sable.
Yeah, age has not done well to her.
No, it hit her with a mud shovel.
Yeah. Whether you're a diehard fan and or a casual supporter, God knows I know about casually supporting people.
Oh dear Lord.
Fanatics has something for everyone. Show a massive selection today and elevate somebody's fandom today. Thank you, Joanna. You can leave now. But don't you need me for... No, you can leave now.
You can leave now. We don't need you. You're done.
Here's the steak. Get back in the cage. No one needs to hear from you anymore. God forbid. Yes, but Fanatics, everything is down in the link below. That takes you to, pretty much gives you 10% off every, anything on there, plus whatever deals they're running. Gives us a kickback, about 10% kickback too, and helps everybody out.
Keeps the lights on.
Yes, definitely keeps the lights on. And, well, like I've said, we have shit down the pipeline that we don't want to talk about, but we've talked about, and there's some money that, like, we need a decent amount of money to get this shit done. Alrighty. Like, I'll wait for Christian before we talk about Soto.
All right, so let's talk about Arenado.
Yes, Arenado right now is in talks to dropping his no-trade clause to going to the New York Yankees.
And who are they talking about in this trade?
No names have been preferenced. No big names. It would be mostly AAA, quadruple A players in the minor leagues. So young, up-and-coming talent. Problem is, though, is Yankees don't have a lot of that.
Right. And that's a problem.
It's a major problem. It's a major league problem.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Tip your waitress. I'll be here all week. All right.
Was that a Nutella jar?
No. My water.
Oh, for a second I was like, are you drinking out of a big ass Nutella jar?
Why, you jealous?
Yes.
What you eating? If that was Nutella, that would be... I want to know how the hell I got Nutella to do a straw form.
He thinned it out.
A lot of milk.
Yep.
He needs some milk.
Shitty
okay.
bitch.
So, where did we leave off last week with the 4th? So we led off with Aroldis Chapman going to the Red Sox. Well, what's funny is we actually have some more news about the Red Sox that actually broke today.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, let's work our way up because that's the newest news, and we'll get to that when, like I said, by the time Christian gets here, it's three big. That's a big one that I want Christian's opinion on. So the first things first, the Mets have lost their one of their pitchers, but I'm so happy for this guy that he actually got paid. The Mets lose Severino to the Athletics. For a franchise record, he got paid because it's the highest, what's it called? The highest contract in Oakland, or now Sacramento, Athletics history. 3 years, $67 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah. For Arenado, that's, good for him. He was given a chance in New York. Made the most of it. Got to the playoffs and did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Rays signed Danny Jansen, catcher, for 1 year, $8 million, with a mutual option for a second season. The Mets did add a starter, though.
That is?
Clay Holmes. Former Yankee reliever. Starting pitcher, 3 years, $38 million. But a opt-out after the second year. So it's 2 years and... What would that be? 30 divided by 3. It's getting 12 a year, so it's about 25. 2 years, 25 million with an option for a third.
Jesus Christ, that's long.
That's actually that's low for a high-end pitcher. Because remember, what's his name? Scherzer and Verlander was making like $50 million a year.
I'm just talking about it, Jim.
Oh yeah. The O's land Tyler O'Neill for 3 years, $49.5 million.
Okay.
William Adames is now a San Francisco Giant. 7 years, $182 million.
Ooh.
So, I don't know why he got paid, because God forbid he wasn't doing anything. Michael Conforto is a Dodger for 1 year, $17 million. We'll talk about Soto whenever Christian comes in. Phillies add Jordan Romano. Free agent contract, pending physical. No word on his money.
I mean, I'm sure it's a good amount.
It might be a minor league deal. Blue Jays got Yim Garcia.
Okay.
2 years, 15. Yankees landed Max Fried. We'll talk about that when Christian gets here, because they finally got their ace. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Guardians finalize a trade that bring Adrian Gimenez to the Cleveland Guardians and for, prospects. Nathan Eovaldi is a Texas Ranger, 3 years, $75 million. The Marlins and Rangers agreed to the trade for Jack Burke. The Rangers trade him to there for 2 shortstop prospects and a bunch of nobodies. And then for the Yankees, as of today, signed Jonathan Loáisiga to a 1-year deal with an option for next year.
Okay,
and,
how much?
It does not say. So probably, I would say probably about $10 million.
Okay.
And the biggest news of the day is the Boston Red Sox have traded 4 prospects, highly regarded prospects, to the Chicago White Sox for Garrett Crochet. That broke today. That is one of the bigger news, because Garrett Crochet was the name on the Yankees list, was the name on the Cubs, was the name on a lot of people. And now he's on the move to Boston. I mean, young pitcher. Unfortunately, he's playing on the freaking White Sox. Last year, pitched all 32 games.
Right.
146 innings pitched. 123, he gave up 123 hits, 61 runs. 58 of them were earned, 18 homers, 33 walks with 209 strikeouts. Now, I wonder if he has I remember them paying. They paid him pretty well. Oh no. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so he technically only signed a 1-year deal last year with 2-year with an arbitration year and a restricted free agent. So they got him on the hook for 27, and he's one of their better pitchers. I mean, last year's arbitration was $800,000. This year's $2.9 million. I mean, the only downside is he. I mean, I wouldn't say downside, but he's 26 years old. He's going to be 26 years old.
Right.
So I mean, starter at a Tennessee for last year. He's coming off of his rookie contract, pretty much. So we'll see, because he's gonna want to get paid.
Right.
And we'll see where that leads him. And there's Christian. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Where's John?
Has no voice.
Oh, Jesus.
He does want to ask you a question, though. How's it feel to get an ace?
Man, get the fuck out of here.
I'm not even kidding. He wanted me to ask you that. I'm not even lying. I can send you the text.
We already had an ace.
Depends on who you ask.
That's for you, not John. What's up, Ryan? You look good, brother. What's up, man?
What's up, my man?
Oh, man, got the little Jordan thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
But we just brought up the pretty much right now we're talking about the Red Sox
Getting Crochet?
Getting Crochet, yep.
It still won't do shit.
I'm interested to see what prospects went to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was gonna get traded. I wanted him last year in the Bronx. Like, I wanted him. But the White Sox wanted Jason Dominguez.
That's interesting. Giolito. Lucas Giolito was someone that was traded.
Really?
Yeah.
So he went back to Chicago?
Yeah, he went back. He's back to Chicago.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Unless I misread this. Oh no, he's still in Boston. I'm sorry. He joins that. That's not a bad fucking lineup with him. That's not a bad starting rotation.
No.
Tanner Houck, Giolito, Bello, and Cutter Crawford.
For the White Sox?
For Boston. I'm saying that's not a great 5, but that's not shit.
Let me stop, because I don't want Ryan's nephew to come on and like throw a thing of clam chowder at me.
He's a Boston fan from Missouri.
Currently living in Kansas.
Yeah, so but
yeah, because I was thinking John was gonna be on, because I knew he was probably gonna be gung ho ape shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey yo, drinking out of a straw. Hey yo, you just put something long in your mouth. Hey yo.
Hey motherfucker, look at the size of this thing.
Hey yo.
Yeah, trust me, I know what I said. Something for Joanna right there.
Stop! Don't.
Oh, she's already been here.
All right, good. I'm glad I missed it.
But no, the biggest news are actually both the Mets and the Yankees. Yankees signing, landing Max Fried for $218.
Yeah, I like it. He's an innings eater. He can go deep in the games, from what I heard. the Yankees definitely needed a little more depth because okay, it was Cole, you know, Heel was good, but he started to kind of come back to reality a little bit.
I mean, he was
When
hurt too. That's the big thing too.
yeah, and I mean, look, if we can get the stud from Japan, we could move Clark Schmidt to the bullpen.
Well, that's going to be interesting because all that depends on is where does he want to go?
Who?
Saki.
Yeah,
Because God forbid on BT and Sal, Saki Soto.
yeah.
Because like the one thing that helps, like if because the Mets are obviously in him because you don't have to you're paying him $2.5 million because you don't have to. He's under 25.
Yeah, nah, I want him in New York.
His agent,
In the Bronx.
the one thing that hurts everybody else is his agent is Diaz's and shit. I had it on the tip of my tongue. The other Asian pitcher from the Mets.
Who? Senga?
Yeah, thank you.
How I knew that, and that's not even my team. What's in that cup? What's in that cup you drinking, man?
I wish something fucking stronger. I got blood work tomorrow, so it's only water.
Oh, you're fasting?
Yeah.
Wait, did you say that's only water?
Yeah.
Hold that back up.
It's got grape in it.
I was about to say that's the darkest water I ever seen in my life.
You've never seen the Hudson.
Ryan, yeah, he's not wrong there. Yeah, he ain't wrong there. Nah, Ryan, that's Kool-Aid he drinking. Yeah.
No, that's Crystal Light.
No, it's cool.
It's Kool-Aid without the sugar.
So he says.
Listen, it's cool.
It's Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid without sugar. It's white people Kool-Aid.
No.
Yeah.
We over sugar, dude. We diabetes that shit.
No, you don't.
Look.
No, you don't.
Listen, this is Wilford Brindley. Diabetes.
No, you don't.
That's gonna get clipped. You know that's gonna get clipped.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wilford Brimley. I've got diabetes.
I got diabetes. But, I mean, let's face it. The biggest trade or biggest signing of the offseason right now is Juan Soto to the Mets for 15 years, $765 million.
Okay, you jizz yourself over Soto. I'm going to go to the restroom.
Honestly,
I'm gonna go get water. He's on his own.
Honest to God, it's a great signing for any team. $51 million a year. It doesn't mean shit unless he has someone in front of him and behind him to protect him. I mean, wait for these assholes to come back, because God forbid. I mean,
Who you calling an asshole?
you heard me, asshole. yeah, you heard me. Asshole. Okay there, Hogan.
Nah, don't ever call me no Rick, motherfucker.
Brother. No, but it's just that. $51 million a year, no deferments. The Yankees came in with a little less. And it was $760 for 16 years. So which was like an EV is $47 million a year. I don't understand that, because get the same amount of money for working one extra year. Well, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, are you back, Christian?
I guess.
What does this do in the long run for them?
Cool for the Mets?
Yeah.
I mean, look. he's one of the best pure hitters in the sport. You know, like he hits to get on base. He can hit to call game. I mean, look, when we had him, if he doesn't do what he did in Cleveland in Game 5, we're not in the World Series. So that's primarily the reason why I'm not really mad at it. But I don't know. I kind of had a feeling he was gone. I'm not gonna even try and second guess it.
I think the biggest thing was the fact that he never decided, he never made it clear that he wanted to stay, that he wanted to be in New York, but he didn't give a shit about being a Yankee per se. He just wanted the best money.
Right.
Because if that was the case, if it was about being a Yankee, he would have taken less.
Yeah.
He would have stayed. But did he also want to really be the secondary man to judge?
Right. And that's the thing. My bad, man. I'm trying over here to charge some shit.
You're good.
You know? Yeah, so that's why you can't really see me. But yeah, that was the thing. But they made such a great tandem. I mean, they were the best tandem in baseball last year. And that's just me being.
No, they were, because the one thing that helped Judge with him being there was, okay, what do? You can't walk Soto because you have Judge.
Right.
The only thing that hurt Judge was there was no one behind him.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to be interesting see right now with the Mets, because the person that would love this, if for some reason they signed Alonso, if Pete comes back, the guy that's going to be loving that is Soto and Mauricio.
Right.
Because you're going to go Lindor, Soto, Mauricio, Alonso, or Lindor, Soto, McNeil, if they keep McNeil, and Alonso. Like, that's an insane first four, because what are you gonna do? You got two pure hitters with two power hitters.
Yeah.
That's as pure baseball, that's unpitchable. Like, you can't pitch around that.
Yeah.
That's what's scary. And if I'm Pete Alonso right now, I see that you got Soto. You're saying you want to be a Met. I understand that. But then you have no excuse now not to be on the fucking Mets.
Come on, Pete. Come to the good side of town, baby.
He could be a Yankee. Because God forbid, that would be great for him and Judge.
Yeah.
If I'm Judge, I'm lobbying to get someone like that. Because I'm sorry, you sandwich Pete as a 3, Judge as a 4, Giancarlo as a 5. That's terrifying right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's pure power. Hell, even if you drop Pete to 6, put him under Giancarlo.
Yeah.
That's who the fuck you pitching to. Especially if Volpe can become better. Because then you have Volpe as your leadoff guy, and then I don't know who would be your second.
Right.
Because at that point, it all depends on who the hell they're going to sign.
You're not wrong.
And like you said, it all depends on what. Now it really depends on, like, the next big guy to sign is Pete.
Yeah, I can see him coming to New York.
He's going to, I have a feeling he's going to stay in New York. Because, I'm sorry, if Boris thinks he's going to get him higher than $28 million, he's out of his mind.
Yeah.
Because I see 6 years, $28 million a year being his top. I don't see he wants 30. No first baseman is getting 30 million this year. Is getting 30 million now.
Right.
Hell, not even like Pujols would have deserved 30 million. Because you're not paying him just for his bat, you would pay him for his glove.
Yeah.
It's just, and I agree with what you said too. The one thing Soto's got to work on is his fucking fielding.
Who?
Soto.
Yeah, good luck with that shit.
Listen, I'm just saying you're right. That is the thing he's got to work on, because that is his biggest flaw in his game.
Yeah.
But I don't think you weren't paying him for his glove. You were paying him for his bat.
Yeah.
But winter meetings is also going on for Major League Baseball. And they have officially shut down, it looks like as of right now, the quote-unquote Golden Bat Rule.
Good.
I think that would have been, that, honest to God, is still, in my opinion, the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Let me go into winter meetings and see if there's any newer updates coming through. Okay, yeah, we know about that. Okay, we know about the signings. Is there any rule changes? Other than the Golden Bat Rule, I don't think there was any.
Yeah. I gotta text you what I'm not giving previews for.
Yes, you do.
Shut up.
I mean, listen, when it comes to college football, unless you're going to not preview Army Navy.
I always preview the highs.
I know.
So I'll give a little take on that, and then we could probably do a little teaser of what's it called?
Well, we could talk.
PFP.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I got some shit written down that we can do. There is breaking news in college football, though.
Okay, let me hear it. I'll talk about it.
I was gonna say I was gonna say we're done with baseball really, because there's nothing really to talk about with that.
Good, because talking about baseball this week has hurt my soul.
We'll get to some of the stuff quick on the NFL and NBA, or the NBA and NHL after this little bit of news. North Carolina has a new head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, look, he's been great on TV, and he's given the breakdown that I think you've expected of him, right? However, oh damn, found my ass groove.
Ryan, you're also on mute.
No, I'm not.
No, I said Ryan is.
Oh, okay. The one thing about Bill is his heart was always set on doing one thing, and that was coaching. And you can tell. No problem, man. You saw what he said?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, get out of here. Go rest, bro. All right, man.
All right.
So I guess it's just me and you. Huh?
Yeah, we'll hammer this. We'll hammer this out quick.
Oh,
we'll do.
Oh, joy. Nah. I just think honestly, with Bill, his heart and passion is coaching, and I thought he was going to be coaching at the NFL level, Ronnie.
Oh,
But
let's face it, his new girlfriend needs free tuition.
no comment. No comment. No comment. But
I'm partially correct about that.
no comment. But yeah, my thing is with Belichick. I think he's gonna be good in this role. You know, I think he's out to kind of prove something. You know, can he win without Tom Brady? And you know, one thing I want to say, everybody that bashed him for not being able to win without Brady, my thing is this. Okay, well, every time the Patriots were in a Super Bowl or they were a game away from getting to the Super Bowl, when the team you normally root for was eliminated, you were jumping on the Patriots bandwagon.
Or you were going against the Pats.
Right.
Any
Nah,
team.
but I mean, look, there's a couple of things that I've always respected when it comes to Bill Belichick. You know, the first is how he gives the underdog the opportunity. Look at what he did for Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, Danny Amendola, Brandon Cooks, Rodney Harrison. Who else? Jamie Collins, you know, all those guys in New England. And these are guys that we both all know now because of one Bill Belichick. I mean, look at what he did for Brady.
Right. Well, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's my question to you. Now, since he's coming here, how many players, not big name coaches for the defense and offense, how many players does he get, like the McCourty twins, to come and be assistant coaches?
I don't know, because Jason and Devin are both pretty good at what they're doing.
Oh, I agree with that, but I'm saying if they ever had an inkling to coach, like, do we see players that were under the Bill Belichick system?
Yeah, there's two I could give you right now. One is if they don't hold on to him, Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the other, if he doesn't get a job this year, this upcoming year in the offseason, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I see him being if he wants the Jet job, it's his.
Or I could see him getting a New England job.
If they get rid of Mayo, yeah, that could definitely be.
Yeah.
I could also see someone like, he hasn't been coaching in a while. I could almost see someone like Mangini coming in and helping him.
I could see that.
Like, because when was the last time you heard anything about Mangini?
Very true.
Because I can totally see him, if he wants to get an inkling to come back and coach, I can totally see him coming back and running the offense.
Yeah.
On this Tar Heel team. Because, like, it's like everyone's like, oh, well, you're under this tree. I go, I can see him doing exactly what Saban did at Alabama.
Yeah, I could too.
Or, you know what, the one thing that Bill's gonna have over everybody is the recruiting. He's gonna out-recruit everybody because of the guys that he brings in. It's gonna be Dion on steroids. That's the thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be Colorado on steroids. Yeah. No, that's the... Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Never thought I would read that.
What?
Possible breaking news, rumor right now. May have a new West Virginia head coach. The new boss might be the old boss, Rich Rodriguez.
Wow, going back?
Looking to set his return as West Virginia coach.
Wow.
I mean, listen, it's done great for guys like Schiano.
Yeah.
Going back to Rutgers, it's... You know what, though? The one thing I will say, the difference is, though, with Schiano going back to Rutgers, has it got to do with the fans wanted him back.
Yeah.
I don't know if the fans want Rich Rod back.
Right.
Like, the jersey was buzzing for Schiano to come back because they didn't want him to leave.
Right.
But the fact that he's back, that's interesting to see what happens afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. See, the college coaching like carousel is always a little bit more intriguing and entertaining than the NFL.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Because look at, I mean, the great example is look at what, what's his name did in Colorado, Dion.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best example because Dion, maybe not with the coaching, but with the amount of people that want to be under his wing, want to be there, like they want to learn the game from him,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bigger deal.
Right. But I think the reason why I feel Belichick can succeed at this position is because one, I sometimes feel these younger players kind of need that old school disciplinarian. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like that's why.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think? That's also like how, and I don't like keep bringing this back to Rutgers, but why do you think Bill always went for the guys out of Rutgers?
True.
Like, look at how many. Like, it's scary how many Rutgers players he drafted,
Yeah.
and like a third of them are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
On the defensive side, like, it's guys that he likes to draft or he likes to recruit people that are hard-nosed players.
Right.
And the one thing that he's going to have that is anybody else, and it has nothing to do with the NIL deal, which is scary because it's going to be, hey, do you want to learn from the best? Then you better fucking... It's like, you want to learn from the best? Then come here. We're not going to pay you a ton of money to be here. We're not going to renegotiate your deal, but if you want to guarantee yourself to go to the pros, then be here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And let's face it, the ACC is not really the cream of the crop.
No, it's not. But he's passionate about coaching, and I feel that this is gonna really be. I think we're gonna see like what he can do at the next level.
I agree with that. Oh boy, this rivalry game gets deeper and deeper. So
What?
other news: Ohio senator proposes a bill to make flag planting at Ohio Stadium illegal.
Oh, that's soft.
And the plot thickens. Fine. Then if you do it in Michigan, I want pepper spray out again.
Yeah.
It should never. Oh well, Michigan should have never planted the flag in the first place. No, you had no problem when like with
Baker Mayfield did it.
Yeah, Baker did it. Like the fact that you have players on there, 4-year players that have never beaten Michigan. Maybe that's Ryan Day and not the player's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And how Ryan Day still has a fucking job is beyond me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's playing for a national title. Would you like to know that it's not about a national title in in Ohio State and Michigan. It's not about a title.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Army Navy. It's not about a title. It's not about the bowl game they go to. Oh, Army won the American? Great. Did they lose the Navy? Then it meant shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's very interesting to hear about, oh, well, they're going to make plant flagging illegal. Well, then you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But, with that being said, let's get into the last regular season playoff rankings for the year. Then we have the final one at the end of the year, like always.
Mm-hmm.
But, no teams have gotten knocked out for this year, this one. But the final one, Memphis is number 25.
Not a shocker.
Nope. UNLV, number 24. Number 23, Colorado. Number 22, your American champion, Army. Putting a whooping on Tulane. Number 21, Syracuse. Number 20, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Number 19, Mizzou. Number 18, the Cyclones, Iowa State. Number 17, BYU.
Okay.
Number 16, and the first team in the college football playoff, Clemson, as your number 12 seed, and they are ranked 16th. Number 15, South Carolina. Number 14, Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Number 13, Miami. Number 12, Arizona State, sorry. And your first team with a first round bye, and Arizona State. Number 11, Alabama.
Okay.
God, I love that the committee had the balls to take out Alabama.
Yeah.
Number 10, and the 11th seed in the race, SMU.
Okay.
Number 9 and number 3rd with a bye, Boise State.
Mm-hmm.
And your Heisman Trophy winner. Gentry's getting that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 and your number 10 seed, Stignetti in Indiana.
Yeah, what a year that they've had. They've been fun to watch. I love what they do defensively, and I can't wait to see them in their first playoff game.
Yep. And number 7 and number 9 seed, Tennessee. Okay, team they're playing against, number 6 and the 8 seed, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you got beat by Michigan. You do not deserve a home game.
No, they shouldn't. I agree with you. And kind of just looking at that matchup overall, Tennessee and Ohio State, they're both kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
Because you look at Tennessee, they can switch games. They can switch up their style of play. They can ugly games up. And Dylan Sampson is the bell cow of this Tennessee offense. But the matchup I'm looking forward to is this. The interior of Tennessee's defensive line against, there you go, drinking that Kool-Aid again. The interior of Tennessee's defensive line going up against the interior of Ohio State's offensive line, which is their weakness. So don't be surprised if Tennessee comes out the shoe with a win.
Like everyone's like, oh, Ohio State has an advantage because it's in the cold. You do know it gets cold in Tennessee, right?
Not only that, but Tennessee is a physical football team. And what have I said?
Yeah.
Physicality travels.
Did you see the meme going around of Tennessee's new uniforms?
No.
It's the orange and black, but it's shaped like the Wolverines.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, right. I thought that was great. I'm like, it's the fucking stripes around the helmet, and it's like the Wolverine. It's the Michigan jerseys. I'm like, that's fucking great. But it's the orange.
Yeah, that's
it's the orange and
yeah.
black of Tennessee. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
Number 7, got a home game, and boy, I feel bad for them pulling this out as a first game. Notre Dame.
Yeah,
They got Indiana, which is a nice little rivalry game.
Listen, I truly feel that the loss against Northern Illinois kind of woke Notre Dame up because they haven't lost a game since then. They were able to cruise. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat. They were able to keep teams down. And this offense is built around Jeremiah Love. Like, this is going to be fun. Friday night, South Bend. Yeah. What you got to say?
One thing that's also about Notre Dame that's interesting is it's not just they've beaten teams, they've won comfortably.
Yeah.
They've won by margin.
Exactly. Right. I couldn't agree with you anymore, but that's going to be fun. That's the game I think I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The most is Indiana Notre Dame. It's a rivalry game. I can't even remember the last time they played, and prime time, South Bend.
When was the last time Indiana was like this good?
Relevant, exactly. So, all 4 matchups I feel have their own storylines.
Yeah. Number 4, and the 6th seed getting SMU, Penn State.
Yeah, again, they're another tough team. I mean, there was no way that the committee could leave Penn State out.
No, they lose by a touchdown and a 2-point
They lose by a
conversion.
touchdown, but most importantly, see, here's the thing. A lot of people are saying that a lot of these teams shouldn't be rewarded even if they're in their conference title game and they lose. But you're going to put a team in who didn't get into the conference title game? Like, please, make it make sense.
The only one that you can ever make that argument for is Notre Dame, because they don't have one.
Right, exactly.
Number 3 and the 5th seed taking on Clemson, Texas.
I want to say this. Texas offense lost in that game the other day against the Georgia Bulldogs because you couldn't ask Texas defense to play any better than what they did the other day. I mean, hard hitting, physical. To be honest with you, I think they're the best team, the best defense going into this bracket.
Yeah, couldn't agree. The only difference is now is they got to play one extra game, but they're playing in warm weather. So I mean,
yeah, but you know what? I think this Texas team is going to go on a run. They've learned from the mistakes last year. They can change up their style of play. That's when you know a football team is good. Because I saw that against Michigan. Remember, going into the big house, they slowed the game down and they uglied the game up. They got physical. They ran Quintravian Wisner. They ran Jaden Blue. And Quinn Ewers just pretty much had to control things of some sort. But I just want to know, how healthy is Quinn Ewers' ankle?
Well, that's going to be the major question is,
right.
Do you, at this time, and we'll get to the next team, the second team on that list, where you don't know about questioning about who's injured or not, do you keep Manning on call? Like, do you have him ready as a secondary option? Because if Quinn's ankle's completely gone, I mean, Quinn's in a fucking air cast for the most part.
Yeah, and you can tell his mobility was extremely limited because he can go and get some yards with his feet, but he's at his best when he's throwing the ball with a moving pocket.
Yeah. And speaking of injuries that are very questionable, number 2, with the first round bye, Georgia.
I mean, that game between Texas and Georgia was pretty much for the 2 seed, and the loser was going to drop to 5. And look, Georgia didn't look the greatest.
Maybe. Well, no, I think Georgia would have dropped to 7.
No, they would have dropped to 5. They would have dropped to 5.
They were 4. They wouldn't. They were already going to be. They would have been towards Notre Dame.
Or actually, they may have even been out because they had 3 losses.
They wouldn't have been out because them beating Georgia Tech got them in. God
But
forbid.
I'm saying
God
they
forbid
lost.
I had to hear fucking what's his name say over and over again if Georgia wins, they're automatically in the playoffs. They'll be automatically in. Tessitore fucking hammered that shit in against Georgia Tech on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. I mean, look, Georgia didn't look the best on Saturday against Texas, but when they had to be better, they delivered. And this is why they're conference champions.
Oh, and here's another thing. How the fuck did the refs miss a helmet-to-helmet call?
You heard what Steve Sarkisian said.
Yeah.
And look, to be honest with you, Sark wasn't wrong.
Like I've been seeing this all year, and I've complained about it all year.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of throwing kids out due to helmet-to-helmet is fucking asinine.
Yeah, because again, how are these kids supposed to tackle?
Yeah. Well, then, and everyone's like, well, then they need to wear the Guardian caps. I go, I'm full agreement on that.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
like, if you're looking at these and they are blatant helmet to helmet, like that hit on that quarterback in the overtime was blatant helmet to helmet,
Right.
and no flag comes out. Like nothing. Like how?
Exactly.
How do you not call that?
Right.
But Georgia got that. So, I mean, Carson Beck right now has about 3 weeks or 2 weeks to heal up.
Yeah.
And number one, because Puddle says stats are not a legal form of how to win a Heisman, is the Ducks of Oregon.
Yeah.
Did you see that on McAfee?
Yeah, I did.
Stats is not.
Listen.
Snaps are not a stat.
Listen, they were able to survive, and they got all they could from a hungry Penn State team. But Oregon has been the top team in the country all year long.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only undefeated team. It's great. Like, it's good for them.
Yeah, and Dan Lanning just continues to show me how good of a coach he is. I honestly think he's become top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, so we'll hammer these out real quick for picks. Apparently, for some fucking reason, college football decided to put bowl games on during the in between the Army and Navy game.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that these are there's one bowl game that always happens at noon, and fine, it's their high-end bowl. This is a high-end bowl game for the 1AA division, but usually you do this after Army-Navy. But we have 4 games, or actually no, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to pick from the bowl game, 6 bowl games, and Army-Navy. Nothing that would be, because by the time we get here, those other games are going to be over, so it's fucking pointless to not pick them. But let's start off with the one that we always talk about on Week 16. Navy takes on number 22 Army. Army is a 6.5-point favorite.
I'm gonna take Navy. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Army because Navy has a good offense, but they can't throw.
They've gotten sloppy on their throwing after the last couple years.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Army is going to win. The one bet I am making on this game is the over. The over's 30.
Right.
The over is 39.5. The Army's the over is getting bet, or the under is getting bet down. This opened up at 46 and a half. This is getting bet down. Army can score 40 by themselves. Like, people, this game is going to be a slugfest because both offenses are insane. This is not old Army Navy. This game might hit the 70s. Like, I wish I was kidding.
I can see it.
Which is unheard of to say about Army Navy. Oh, it's a 70-point over. It's a 70-point over. Like, yeah, that's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, let's get to the bowl games that are happening apparently next week. I don't know why, but 12 o'clock ABC before Army Navy, the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Jackson State taking on South Carolina State. Apparently, Jackson State is a 1-point favorite. The only team on this list that I even know, because I haven't watched anything about South Carolina State, is give me Jackson State.
Yeah, I'll take Jackson State.
The only reason I know that is because of Dion.
Yeah.
But I mean, this has always been a bowl game that's happened. This is the WAC versus the SWAC versus the WAC.
Yeah.
And this is one of those. This is for the national. This is like a national. It's not even a bowl game. It's like the fucking conference title game almost.
Mm-hmm.
The Veterans Bowl. I'm not even gonna pronounce what the sponsor is for that. South Alabama taking on Western Michigan. South Alabama is a 7.5-point favorite. Watch this quarterback from South Alabama. Not because he's a good passer. He could switch over to running back and be a devastating runner. With that being said, give me South Alabama.
I agree.
I understand. I know for a fact you have not watched one game of South Alabama.
No, I haven't.
No. I watched the Sun Belt, so that's the only reason I know. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. Tuesday, December 17th, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. Memphis takes on West Virginia. This game is in Frisco, Texas. Memphis is a 4.5-point favorite. There is no news on anybody being out for this game. But I'm not taking a 6-6 West Virginia team. Give me Memphis.
Ain't nobody care. Next game.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, listen, Memphis should take care of business for this.
Yeah, they should.
All right. Wednesday the 18th, 5:30. While we're on the air, this game will be wrapping up in Boca Raton, Florida, the Boca Raton Bowl. Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers, take on the James Madison Dukes. JMU is an 8-point favorite.
I'll take JMU. Yeah, I'll take James Madison.
Yeah, I think Western Kentucky keeps this within the number, but I like JMU too. They completely had a fucking collapse.
Yeah.
So this should be fun because this is going to be in Inglewood, California. Oh, you want to hear the dumbest? This might be the second dumbest sponsor for a bowl game.
Okay.
The Art of Sport LA Bowl.
That's stupid.
Yeah. There's one that's worse. Pittsburgh this year plays in the Game Above Sports Bowl. We're going to the Sports Bowl, everybody. And the game is not really any better. California, Cal, takes on UNLV. Apparently Cal is a 2-point favorite in this one. Get the fuck out of here. Even if UNLV has half their team, Cal ain't doing shit. Give me the Rebels. Give me UNLV.
Ain't nobody care.
And that's it for college.
Thank you.
Did you send me your list, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. I didn't check my text messages. That's why I wasn't sure. My friend's watching. She just goes, "Damn ads!" There it is.
Mm-hmm.
My friend just wrote, "The only game I've been watching have to be Penn State, and both times I watched them, they lost. I ain't watching any more games." Well, Penn State's gonna be got a chance to play for a national title, so
Yeah.
don't watch. Before we go to the NFL, though, there is one bit of news that has been circling around for college basketball,
Okay.
and that is the committee wants to expand
Okay.
to 72 or 76 teams.
What, for the bracket?
Yep.
Ah, see, nah, that's bullshit.
The question is how would you determine this?
Yeah.
Because that's an extra 8 teams. Okay. At that point, why don't you just do the 96 team tournament that people have been talking about when it's just been everybody that's the top 8 seeds in each bracket get a bye, and you go from 9 to 16 and everyone's got to play in.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be against a bigger bracket.
I'm saying that is the only way that it's like. I mean, granted, at that point, then you're cutting out the NIT. There's no NIT there. You're taking the NIT and putting it with March Madness.
Right.
There's no point in that. But okay, you're in talks to extend it for not this March Madness, next March Madness, 2026. But then, how are you determining this? Are you putting in teams to be? It would have to obviously be straight play-in.
Right.
But then, okay, well then, I better not see any team that won a conference title being on a bubble game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Clemson to. If Clemson is a bubble team, I don't want them being an 8 seed for no reason. Oh, well, they had the strength of schedule. Yeah, but they were 12th in the ACC. Oh, well, they had the harder schedule. Well, how is that fair? When a team like Fairleigh Dickinson goes in, but then they have to play to get into a 16 seed.
And then look what they did.
Right. But, like, make these teams have to play in to get in. If you want, these bubble teams should have to play in. Give these kids that are in other conferences that get one and dones to let them enjoy the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have these kids going to Dayton. No one wants to see Montana versus North Dakota State as a playing game. They want to see in Dayton, you want to see the teams like the A10 teams taking on the ACC. Or the teams that have some, I want to see Butler versus, what's it called? Butler take on, Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hell, even, Rutgers and Seton Hall. I would love to see those two teams fucking play out if they were the last teams in. make these high ranker, like these 12, these 10, or these 10 to 13 seeds be playing games. Because I'll ask you, when it's a 16 seed, are you watching the round of 4?
True, that's a good point.
I mean, I'll have it on in the background, but I ain't watching it.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but I can honestly give 2 shits unless it's a team that I actually know. In like when it comes to like Fairleigh Dickinson, that's a Jersey team. I'm gonna watch Fairleigh Dickinson because it's a Jersey team.
Yeah.
But I know nothing about FDU. But I'm gonna watch it because I know that it's a Jersey team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you told me, hey, you're gonna get Illinois versus Wake Forest, okay, that's a Power 5's that's a conference title. That's conference versus conference.
Right.
Oh, it's for the 10 seed? Okay, cool. It makes the games more entertaining.
Definitely.
And like, oh, well, we need these 12 seeds. Okay, put an Ivy League school in there. No one is stopping people. Like the committee's doing this. Okay, or you just do what people have wanted for the last 10 years and may not be talking. No one's really talking about it except us or myself. Make it 96. Give everyone in the top 8 on each side buys, and have the first round be everyone from 9 to 16 playing. Because at least that 16 seed is against another 16 seed, and it would be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ratings. You want and you get another day of college basketball.
True.
And March Madness is huge. You get almost another weekend of college basketball. And also, we can get the fucking title game on a fucking weekend, not a goddamn Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I hate about both college basketball and college football. Oh, the game's on a Monday. Why? Why? Why is the game on a Monday? Oh, well, it's more viewers. Do it on a Saturday. Do it Saturday night. At least then, no. It's like the argument with the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl should be Saturday night. Well, why? God forbid I'm gonna not be sober for it.
Right.
More people will watch if it's a Saturday game. I mean,
yeah, and it also depends on the teams too.
Oh, obviously. I mean, it is the one thing about college basketball and hell, even college football. The cream usually rises to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get some fun games. All right. So one last thing before we go into picks. I actually wanted your opinion on this. Did you see the video going around of Mark Gastineau?
The one with Brett Favre?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw it. What about it?
What are your thoughts on that? Because my thoughts on it is Gastineau needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but remember, he's also not right in the head. So, that's something you got to also factor in there, too.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. His handlers needed to make sure he stayed away from Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Because the one thing... So if anyone doesn't know the situation, Mark Gastineau, I believe, wasn't he part of the Sack Exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of the Sack Exchange, Packer, held the record for years for the most sacks in a single season.
Until Strahan broke.
of 22, which in Strahan on the last game of the year broke his record at 22 and a half sacks now. That's the record that it's been for the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
According to Gastineau, he has never seen Brett Favre in 20 years and never got to confront him about him taking a quote-unquote dive.
Mm.
And he got in Brett's face. There's a video on YouTube.
I saw it.
And it was very uncomfortable. It was very unnecessary. They should have never had him be anywhere near Brett. If Gastineau had this much issue with him, should have never been able to get anywhere near Brett.
Exactly.
But my question to you is was it a dive?
I don't know. I mean, Brett took the high road. I'll give him that much because Brett was like, I have nothing but respect for Mark Gastineau, and he deserves to be in Canton with me. But did you see what T.O. said to Brett Favre?
No.
How can you be open with that when you weren't even open about what happened in Mississippi? You ain't wrong.
No, but T.O. really shouldn't talk either.
Mm-mm.
I'll say this, though. The one thing I'll say is, if Gastineau gets mad at Brett for taking a dive, go back and watch that. The left tackle lays the living shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't be mad at Brett for going to the ground after he's seeing Strahan right in front of him. Blame the left tackle for making himself a turnstile.
Exactly.
Because, he dove. He didn't earn it. Okay, well, the left tackle kind of just let him walk right in front of Brett. Listen, with Brett's issues with concussions, I would take a knee too. I wouldn't want to get hit by Strahan at that point either.
Right.
So for Brett to slide and not take a hit, cool. For the left tackle to be like, nope, I'm going to let you go and get it. Have a more of an issue with him than anything.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, but I think Mark Gastineau has Alzheimer's, so Alzheimer's patients don't.
Sean got mad for me throwing him under the bus.
Who, Gastineau?
No, Danzo got mad for me throwing him under the bus for the Ace comment.
Oh, okay.
But yet he typed it to me. Yeah. But, no, sorry. Finish what you were going to say, and then we'll get into the picks.
I really didn't have anything else to say.
Okay. All right. NFL picks for Week 15. Quick standings real quick. We'll pull this up. Jets, New England, so eliminations. These are quick. Browns, Jags, Jets, Titans, New England, Vegas are out. And the only...
the same Jets team that you said could go on a run?
Oh, they could have. Then
What happened?
Aaron Rodgers didn't give a shit.
Oh,
don't worry. Aaron Rodgers is probably not going to be back next year.
probably not.
No.
I'll be very surprised.
If I'm the Jets, though, I would not be looking to draft a quarterback unless what's his name from Florida State is not 100% healthy.
Who, Jordan Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a shot, because he could be the guy that could be your next guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for the NFC, there's only one team officially eliminated. The Giants. Isn't that scary that the fucking the Carolina Panthers are mathematically still in it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how. They would have to go on a fucking run, but even at 7-10, they could still technically make the playoffs. What the fuck?
Yeah.
teams that have clinched: the Chiefs and the Bills in the AFC, and Detroit and Philly.
Yeah.
Detroit and Philly have clinched playoff versus Kansas City, and the Bills have clinched the division. By the way, I'll say this: the East was just pitiful this year.
What, the AFC East?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, look, coming into the year, I knew this was Buffalo's division for the taking.
Yeah, but I think you would have thought me and you both, as much as you picked Buffalo, me and you both thought Miami and New York would have at least kept pace.
I didn't trust the Jets. And the reason why is because Aaron Rodgers had no type of chemistry with his wide receivers, and the Jets were just a mess.
I wasn't even looking at the offense. I was more looking at this defense. The defense is the reason they fucking have lost so many games.
Yeah, it is. It is, but you can't sit here and say that their offense hasn't been great either.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm saying, though, is that if you look at how they've lost games, they should have 6 wins right now.
Yeah, but I just didn't think the Jets were ready. You know what I'm saying?
Well, their defense took about 4 steps back, so...
Yeah, because they've blown 5 leads this year.
Yeah, think about that. Blown 5 leads, 2 leads they lost by field goals, and the 3 they have now, they theoretically could be, say, ballpark it, 5, 6, 8 and 9, or they could have 8 wins right now and still be in the thick of things. But the defense has lost them. The defense and kicking have lost them games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel bad for the Giants this week because they got to take a Baltimore Ravens team that's coming off of a bye.
And they're going to be pissed off.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the picks. The Thursday night, this game on paper was great, but not really anymore. It's still a good game for the division. The Rams take on the 49ers. The 49ers are a 3-point favorite.
I'm going to take San Francisco because the Rams struggle to stop the run. And look, I know the 49ers are down their top 2 running backs. There's no Christian McCaffrey and there's no Jordan Mason. To me, the 49ers can plug just about anybody in that backfield and continue to run the football. And the Rams give up over 158 yards per game. And I honestly think that the Rams, they'll be in this game, but I just don't see the 49ers losing 2 games to the Rams. They usually either split it or they usually dominate the Rams. And the Rams got one over on them earlier in the year. But I like the 49ers to kind of make things interesting, not just in the NFC, but in this division.
So the one thing that the forecast is calling for rain.
Oh,
tomorrow.
In favor 49ers.
Oh, definitely. Because what are the Rams? The Rams are a West Coast offense.
And they play indoors.
Right. But, this is heavy favorites toward the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I'm taking San Francisco also.
Okay.
1 o'clock, going to Cleveland, Ohio. The Chiefs take on the Browns. Kansas City is a 4.5-point favorite. Again, rain in the forecast. Possibly snow, because it's Cleveland. But does Cleveland give a shit?
Yeah, they do. And I think they can make it interesting because Cleveland's upset Baltimore and they upset Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago. This is a trap game for Kansas City, if I ever saw one.
Well, you're playing with 2 teams that have nothing to play for. Unless the Chiefs want home field. You are playing. Right. This is 2 teams that have nothing to play for because the only loss right now they have is against Buffalo, which maybe they give a shit about this, but Cleveland, right now it's a terrible draft pick for them, and it's home field advantage, but in reality, one team clinched a division, the other team is out of the playoffs.
I'm going to go Kansas City, but I have a feeling Cleveland's going to play them extremely tough. I think you're going to get a mix of both good Jameis and bad Jameis Winston, Ronnie, because when Jameis is good, he can attack any secondary on the field. And when you look at Cleveland, they have the defense to get after Patrick Mahomes. But you remember what? I don't think you've heard me. What, you got something to say?
No. Finish what you were going to say, because when I go into the Chiefs, I'm just mulling through what I got to say.
Nah, but with the Chiefs, I think I've been saying it. They kind of remind me of last year's Philadelphia Eagles. Not great. The record doesn't necessarily.
They get the job done, though.
They get the job done. But see, the only difference between the two is the Chiefs haven't run into a team that's broken them. The Eagles ran into the 49ers, and after that, they were never able to recover. I think the Chiefs win it by field goal. They escape once again.
So I am taking Kansas City also. I fully agree with that. They're going to get by, and they're going to do this. The biggest issue, though, is it's going to come down to two players. Pacheco for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it's Hunt now still for the Browns, right?
Yeah. No. He plays for Kansas City.
Hunt plays for KC. That's right. They got Hunt. Who's the Browns running back?
Chubb.
It's Chubb. That's right. It's the other. It's going to come down to them. Because as much as it is, there's rain. Like I said, there is rain in the forecast. So how much passing is Jameis really going to do?
Yeah.
And Kansas City is not going to cover this game. Like, this game is going... Because Kansas City is also third against the run.
So, yeah.
Right. But, like, again, it's one of those things where KC is going to keep winning, but they ain't going to cover. This game's going to be won by a field goal. KC is 0 for the last 7 when it comes to games against the spread. They have lost their last 7 against the spread.
Yeah.
It's going to be 8. All right. The Cincinnati Bengals take on the Tennessee Titans. Bengals are a 5-point favorite. Tennessee is just going to it's going to tank. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah. I've been saying it all year. If the Bengals had a better record, Joe Burrow would be the front runner for MVP right now. This is the best season of his career. Jamar Chase, this is also the best season of his career. They've been the best quarterback-receiver tandem in the league. And not only that, there are only 3 shining points of this Cincinnati team. It's number 9, number 1, and number 91. That's Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson. Without those 3, I don't think the Bengals would even be relevant right now. I do like Cincinnati on the road.
Especially how they played against Dallas on Monday. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The Commanders take on the Saints. Washington is a 7.5-point favorite. Listen, as much as I like the Saints, they're now without their best tight end / secondary quarterback. The Saints are going downhill fast. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah, I like the Commanders as well. I think they're going to keep it moving, start winning, but they can't look ahead because they have a huge game next weekend against Philly.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be embarrassing. The Baltimore Ravens are a 16-point favorite against the New York Giants with Tommy DeVito. The Giants are 0-7 at home. Make it 0-8. Give me Baltimore.
Yeah, does anything else really need to be said? This is going to be an angry Ravens team because they felt they let one slip away from them against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, and just shoot me now with this game. The Cowboys take on the Panthers.
I'm going to take Carolina in this one.
Yeah, you and me both.
I don't like what I've seen from Carolina. I don't like what I've seen from Dallas, but I love what I've seen from Carolina. Bryce Young has taken full advantage of his second opportunity.
So you want to hear something really funny?
Yeah, let me hear it.
To go to the Baltimore game, it's $37 to get in the door.
Oh, I might be making a trip to. Ronnie, you want to make a trip to MetLife on Sunday?
I gotta see. I'd rather go to Jacksonville. As much as the team is playing terribly, it's Florida.
You're not wrong. You are not.
To get into Carolina, it's $67.
Yeah.
It costs more.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah, but it's Baltimore too.
And yeah, I mean, look, half that crowd on Sunday at MetLife is
are gonna be Ravens fans. Yeah.
Did you see how much the game was on Sunday against the Saints for the Giants?
No.
Guess how much the average ticket was to get in?
$22.
Lower.
Oh, like 18?
Lower.
Was it single digits?
Low. Yeah.
Was it like $8?
No.
What?
You see the number? I got it up.
Oh, hold on. Whoo! Ouch!
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of games that are gonna have piss poor fucking numbers to it, the Jets take on the Jaguars. If anyone wants to go to this game, it's $18.
I like the Jets in this one. I think they do just enough.
You know what? Because the quarterback is a Patriot, I'm going Jacksonville. Fucking Tony Khan, do me well. AEW landlords, give me strength. Oh, Jesus, it's Drake May. Like, Drake May will beat the Jets. That would be the funniest shit in the world, and I would love it because, God forbid, the Jets need a fucking tank for a good fucking defensive team. Good defensive player.
Yeah.
Rodgers, oh, well, I don't get good wide receivers. Motherfucker, you have plenty of wide receivers. We'll get you a lineman or we'll get you fucking defense that can actually hold a lead. All right, this might be a fun game. Miami versus Houston. Houston's a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, it might be. Miami plays tough physical defense. That's the one thing I got to give them. And you look at the weakness of Houston, and it's their offensive line. I mean, C.J. Stroud is running for his life 9 times out of 10, and I think this is something you got to address in the offseason if you're the Houston Texans. I think this could be one of the closer games of Week 15. I'm going to take Houston, but I think Miami's going to make it tough.
The whole issue with this game is going to be, can the wide receivers keep up with this speed? Because people forget there's one wide receiver that people forget the Dolphins have, and he's not really done much, and I wonder if he's going to finally have that breakout game again, and it's Odell Beckham. You forgot? Did people forget he was a Dolphin?
Yeah, but I mean, look, he's past his prime. He's not the guy that he was at this point in his career. I just think he's a serviceable veteran at that.
Oh, I agree with that, but I mean, hell, if it's anybody that can play a slot receiver, it's him.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not your wide receiver 1. He's your wide receiver 5, but hell, if you have 5 fucking speedsters running slants, that's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. I will also take Houston, but I think the one thing Miami is going to be worried about right now is, can their defense hold up? Because granted you came back and you won it, you let the Jets hang 21 on you.
Yeah, and what do you think this Houston offense is capable of?
When the Jets also didn't have their best wide receiver in Sauce Gardner.
Right. You mean their best defensive back?
DB. What did I say?
Well, DJ Reed's kind of been their best defensive this year.
But he was supposed to be their guy, so.
Yeah.
All right, 4:00 game, the Colts-Broncos.
I like
Denver is a 4-point favorite. Yeah, give me Denver.
Yeah, I like Denver. Bo Nix has been playing like the offensive rookie of the year for the last month.
Unfortunately, he might not get it. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that because it's going to be either him or
Jaden.
Jaden. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also want to say Denver may not win a playoff game, but this is a team I wouldn't want to face
No.
come playoff time. They're hungry, they're playing with house money, and they feel that they're out to prove something.
Oh, they just actually finalized the deal. Belichick got a 5-year deal.
Yeah, he did. I just saw.
Yeah. All right. Game you're previewing. Buffalo takes on Detroit. Detroit's a 2.5-point favorite. This is in Ford Field. What do you got?
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I mean, Buffalo fell for the trap the other day in LA. That was on their defense. You cannot put the blame on Josh Allen for this one because he absolutely balled
you know
out.
what? I can't even blame it on their defense. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm blaming the coach.
Or that, yeah. Sean McDermott didn't have his men ready to play.
No, not even that. Not even that. Why run the ball on the 2-yard line and use that timeout and have to then go for an onside kick?
Yeah.
You could have thrown it 3 times, kicked the field goal, and then you could have kicked the ball away and you still had a chance to get in the game tied.
Yeah. But the thing that disappointed me was the Bills are primarily a team that play man-to-man, right? Or they play cover 2.
Yep.
They're playing zone. And Matthew Stafford just picked them apart. Me personally, I honestly, looking at this game, I think it's going to come down to who can establish the game in their favor from the style of football. Because Buffalo, they want to run it and gun it, right? What does Detroit want to do? They want to pound the rock. They want to run the football. They want to slow the game down. So I think whoever can establish the tempo of the game in their favor is going to come out on top. I said this about Buffalo and Baltimore earlier in the year on Sunday night. Remember? Week 4.
Yeah.
I remember I said, look, Buffalo, Baltimore, the winner of that game is going to come down to who can establish the tempo of the game in their favor. And once Baltimore ran that ball, Buffalo could never recover because Baltimore kept running the ball down the Buffalo Bills' throats until they could stop it. I preview this one on Sunday, an hour before kickoff. The NFL today is going to be there. This is going to be a good one, Ronnie.
I agree with that. I think the one thing that comes down to it, too, is will the Bills travel? I mean, yes, they do, but it's in Detroit. I mean, this is one of the most expensive tickets in the week at $340.
Bills fans travel.
And
Bills fans travel.
Oh, they travel, but Ford Field likes to also close shit off for away teams. They like to pack that stadium up with Detroit fans. This is not. We're not talking about a team like LA where the Chargers are playing and half the team is the away team.
Or think of it if this were the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me personally, I think like my top fan bases in the NFL, the Steelers, the 49ers, Dallas, and Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean we'll get to Pittsburgh in about 2 seconds. I think Detroit is going to clean it up. I think Detroit comes out, and right now they're fighting for home field. They need the Eagles to either slip up a game or they need to win out because if the Eagles get home field, that's dangerous.
I agree.
Detroit
because if they get home field, the Eagles come out the NFC.
Yeah, Detroit needs home field to give them a shot at getting into the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I'm taking Detroit over this game. I think, like you said, they play cover 2. They're going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, but I know if I'm Buffalo, I want to turn this game into a shootout. I want Jared Goff to win this game with his arm.
Oh, I agree with that, but if you're Detroit, you're not trying to do that. But, all right, next game. You're also previewing this. Pittsburgh takes on the Eagles. Eagles are a 5.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and there was something that Tony Romo said the other day because he called the Brown Steelers game with Jim Nantz, and he said the Steelers really have no weaknesses in the AFC. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, what have you been watching? Because the Steelers struggle to punch the ball in. at times, and you're not going to be able to always win games kicking field goals. But I like what the Steelers have done these last couple of games. They're playing with balanced offense. Russell Wilson, he's playing well. He's spreading the ball around, but most importantly, he's showing leadership. And this Steelers defense has been absolutely phenomenal. Philly, they just continue to slide by teams. I mean, they handled their business against the Rams a couple of weeks ago, and then they got all they could handle from Carolina. But that's the thing about a good football team. You can take anyone's challenge and you can still find a way to escape with it. I preview this one tomorrow. Be on the lookout.
So, every ounce of my well-being wants to take Pittsburgh in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is going to be tight. I think this game comes down to being a field goal. But I also think the one thing the Eagles do better than anybody else, and Pittsburgh has a little flaw in, that is running the ball.
I agree.
And Saquon is playing like the MVP.
Yeah.
And this is the game that can prove that Saquon could move them away, move him out, and you have a running back since Derrick Henry winning the MVP.
Adrian Peterson.
Was Derrick after?
Derrick won an Offensive Player of the Year.
I thought Derrick won 1 year.
No, he won Offensive Player of the Year.
Why do I think he won 1 year, though?
Nah, he didn't. He was nominated, but he never won.
Yeah, okay, then AP was the last one. Who was the last one? Didn't Derrick? No, it was LT that won it too.
LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
LT won it when he had the 2,000-yard season.
And that's when he scored 31 touchdowns.
That too.
Yeah, well, remember, another running back won it before LT, Sean Alexander.
Alexander, yeah, and then he got put on Madden, and then his career with the shit.
Yeah.
You know, Tiki and Rondé's long-lost brother.
I'm turning my camera off.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. He looks like a barber.
Shut up.
No, it's the Eagles to freaking lose, because the one thing Pittsburgh has a small issue with is stopping the
running
run.
the football.
Stopping the run, and Saquon is going to get the rock. I think this game ends by a field goal, but give me Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, game probably no one's going to give a shit about. The Patriots take on the Cardinals. Cardinals are a 6-point favorite. To keep up with the West, I got to go Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going with Arizona as well. They've kind of come back down to reality a little bit. Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals. New England, they're just not a good team.
All right. Tampa Bay takes on the LA Chargers. Chargers are a 3-point favorite. It's in Inglewood. Give me the Harbaugh. They're gonna run the ball down. Give me LA.
See, this game can go either way.
I agree. Honestly, I'm taking the home field on this one.
If I'm being honest with you, this game can really go either way. I'm gonna go with the Chargers, and I think they escape by field goal.
Yep. All right, your Sunday night game. The Packers take on the Seahawks. Green Bay's a 3-point favorite. Jordan Love loves playing in Seattle. It's been proven. He's done it before. Seattle, I think, is going to come down to earth for a little bit, even if it's a night game. Give me Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Green Bay. Jordan Love has to play better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's been a little too turnover prone for my liking. Yeah, he has to play better. You know, I look at Seattle, and they're sneaky explosive. Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Noah Fant. But this Seattle offense is better when they're running the football. But I think Green Bay escapes with a victory.
I fully agree with that. And, oh, God, can we just shoot can we just shoot these Monday games? You had a chance to flex anything. Why the hell didn't you flex these fucking Monday night games?
Right.
The Chicago Bears take on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's a 7-point favorite. Minnesota.
Yeah, I like Minnesota. Last week was the best I've seen Sam Darnold look ever on an NFL field. He was locked in, shared the ball. Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson. They ran the ball. Yeah, Minnesota, they're quietly going about business. Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota.
Unfortunately, right now, they have a team in front of them in Detroit that's fucking that's stomping shit out.
Exactly.
The Falcons take on the Raiders for the final game. The Falcons are a 4-point favorite. Why does it feel like this is either going to be the Falcons by a lot or the Raiders by a touchdown?
Who cares? Atlanta.
I should just say fucking give me Vegas.
90 seconds.
Well, no. So and there's actually an honest reason why I would take Vegas here, and that's because of, I mean, look at the last 2 games that what's his name's been playing in.
Kirk Cousins.
No touchdowns.
Yeah.
9 picks.
Yeah, but if there were ever a get right game, I think this is
right, and that's really the thing that would worry me about this. It's either going to be Vegas wins by a touchdown or Atlanta blows
60 seconds.
Or Atlanta blows them the fuck out.
Yeah.
This is probably the 2 worst Monday Night Football games you can get on the docket.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm hoping there's better fucking college basketball games on the list.
Yeah.
Because I am not sitting there, because I don't think there's any is there any bowl games on Monday, or are they going right to Tuesday? I think they go right to Tuesday, so they don't even, so they gloss over fucking Monday. Yep, no Monday game. Lovely. So it's either watch the NFL or, like I said, hopefully there's some college basketball games that are good.
Or do you want to, if I'm home, you want to try recording Monday evening quarterback?
Yeah, because guess what?
10 seconds.
There's no college basketball games.
All right.
Because God forbid, there's nothing. I don't even think there's shit. Shit, I'm not going to watch the NBA.
Right. Okay.
Is there even anything on the fucking Monday for the NBA?
Who cares? Ain't nobody care.
Yeah, there is. But it's nothing entertaining. It's beginning of the season. It's first quarter of this league of the NBA. Hey, I'm gonna watch that. No, not really. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, please tell your friends and follow us on all social media networks under the Nerdport Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at @FNRonnie.
At DailyBlitz_61.
Follow Danzo at the Zombie Master. Follow Ryan at the Suncock STL. And you can follow us on all other media under Spotify, Twitch, Kick, and Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting clips from past shows up there from the streams. So that's going to be fun because people are seeming to like that. So we're actually getting views from this. So that is nice. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, tell your friends. If you didn't like what you hear, tell your enemies. Or punch them right in the face. And smile. But with that being said, always remember always tell them 2 separate things. 1, Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid. And 2,
so will Juan Soto.
And so will Juan Soto. Bobby Bonilla still has 5 years after Soto finishes his 15-year contract.
Jesus Christ.
Little fact. And 2, there is always a teachable moment, and if you don't believe us, then fuck, that's just a fact of life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.